Hello everybody, welcome to my channel if you are new. My name is Courtney Stranger. Yes, that is my real last name. Did not make it up.
I was born with it. Maybe she's born with it.
Okay, so, as you can tell, I have a little bit of
spooky decorations.
It is October 1st. It is finally spooky season, and I am going to emphasize on try, because not exactly that good at keeping a proper schedule with my videos or anything in my life. So it's October 1st today. I'm filming this October 1st, 2021. Hope to God I can edit it all today and have it up in the next 2 days, hopefully by Mean Girls Day, October 3rd. So if you're watching this on October 3rd,
Happy Mean Girls Day!
So I'm gonna play the clip. I have to play the clip. Here we go.
On October 3rd, he asked me what day it was.
It's October 3rd.
But if it's not October 3rd, this was very awkward.
Very awkward.
Oh yes, this is my bong. I am loading my bong right now. I do not have enough weed or any blunt.
Blunt wrap.
I have weed, but not enough for a blunt, so I am smoking out of my bowl today. So yes, this channel and video is 420 friendly. If you would like to smoke with me, please feel free to spark up at any time during this video. I'd also like to say that these videos are gonna have trigger warnings. First video is gonna be a major trigger warning. It has to do with ghost babies. I was gonna say dead babies, but that's a little bit too.
So there's a trigger warning.
Oh yeah, by the way, this is gonna be my spooky story time video, part 1, episode 1. Welcome to that. All of my scary stories kind of like mix in together because they all kind of take place in the same place, which is the hospital. For those who don't know, I have been in and out of the hospital my whole life, had 38 surgeries, been in a coma,
Blah, blah, blah.
so I have spent a lot of time in the hospital, and of course hospitals are where people are born and also where people die, and a lot of people's spirits have not left the hospital, and that is what I'm going to be talking about in these episodes that are going to be coming soon. Hopefully I'll get them out in time before October ends, or else you'll be watching scary spooky stories in fucking Christmas time, December. I just take a quick hit, let's have a little smoke sesh before we start with this story time. I'm gonna ruin my makeup. Look at that, I already got it. I already got my choo-choo. No idea why I just said choo-choo. So, like I said, trigger warning, especially for this first episode, this first story that I'm going to be talking about. It's not that long of a story. It's kind of a short story, so hopefully this video won't be too long. It's already been recording for 5 minutes, but I'm going to
Cut it down.
This story takes place in the hospital, the Children's Hospital in Denver, Colorado. The Children's Hospital is now in Aurora, Colorado, but this was when it was taking place in Denver. If you know, you know. If you don't,
Look it up.
I was having one of my many surgeries, ended up in the hospital, and if you have been in the hospital and stayed there overnight as a patient, you may or may not understand where I'm coming from on this, but a lot of times at night it can get very quiet, very spooky, very lonely. There's not a lot of action going on in the halls. The daytime in the hospital and the nighttime in the hospital is completely different. If I don't make sense in this, I'm sorry. I'm like half illiterate. I was placed in a room. Some hospital rooms if they don't have enough room, they'll split up one big room into 2 rooms with just a curtain. If there's like a huge room that they can fit 2 beds in, they'll do that, but then they'll split the room up with a curtain so everyone has privacy. So they moved me into a split room. That's what we're gonna call it, a split room, because I don't know what they're actually called. And I, for the longest time, did not know who was in the room next to me. I knew it was a baby because all night it would cry and I would just be up all night. I would be sleeping all day. My doctors and my parents would always question, like, why are you so sleepy? I'd be like, I don't get any sleep at night because there's this baby crying. And they're always like, what are you talking about? Like, what baby? Every time I brought up this baby, the crib was there and everything was there, but the baby was not there. So maybe somebody took it for x-rays or whatever it is. But whenever I actually brought up this baby, it was never like whenever they check over the curtain, like they see there's no baby. And I would never believe them. I'm surprised they didn't put me into the psych ward. Nobody believed me about this baby, except for this one nurse. She was my nighttime nurse. Her name was Joe something. She was blonde, she was beautiful, but she was so sweet and so nice. And at the time I was like 16 or 17 and she was in her 20s, probably like mid-20s, 23, 24. And I'll always remember her, except I don't remember her name for some reason. Anyways, so she would always like come in and talk to me, and I'd always complain to her about this baby. And one night she's like, you know what, let me look into it for you. And I was like, wait, but you can't, it's patient confidentiality, like you're not allowed to tell me about who is in the room next to me. So she's like, well, you know, there's nobody in the room next to you, hon. And I'm like, no, not you too, like you can't, there has to be, there's a baby there, like I'm not going crazy. And so she pulled the curtain back, showed me there's no baby. I mean, they're not going to be taking a baby out of its crib for an x-ray check at 3-4 o'clock in the morning. She's like, I'm gonna be right back. I will be right back with something for you. She came back with a file. She wasn't allowed to show me the file or anything, but she kept it to herself, and she was like, okay, well, this might make sense. There was a baby. Me and the baby were both admitted into the same room at the same time. And when I was admitted, I was just getting out of surgery, so I don't really remember the baby actually being there. I was coming out of anesthesia. I was on a lot of drugs. Ends up, the baby actually passed away while I was still drugged up and not really fazed by any of the crying or the commotion that's happening. I guess there was a whole family in there, and I slept through the whole thing. I was just fresh out of surgery. Didn't really remember like the first week that I was there in the hospital. She ended up telling me that the baby passed away like a week after it was admitted. They left the crib there, like left it as an empty room for a new patient to come in. That whole time there was no baby. Supposedly I heard its ghost. It's really kind of creepy because that hospital, it's now bulldozed. It's no longer there. They moved it and rebuilt it. Now it's in Aurora. It's a whole different hospital now, which I do have some scary stories about that hospital, the new one actually as well, from when they were building it, because I'm pretty sure that that hospital is built on an army base or something. I may be wrong. I'm not sure. I'm gonna look it up, so hopefully in the next story time I'll tell you. I'll have more information on that. A lot of these stories that I'm gonna be telling you guys do have to do with, they have bleh. Oh, Mary Jo. Mary Jo is her name. Oh my god, it just came to me. She's in a lot of these stories that I'm going to be telling. She was really into paranormal stuff as well. This story time wasn't as scary. The only thing that kind of freaked me out about this, and I'll always remember it, is just the fact that I was adamant there had to be a baby there, and there wasn't. That still kind of freaks me out. It's the kind of thing where you kind of had to be there in order to get spooked by it, but it still kind of freaks me out. I'm gonna end this now. It's been 16 minutes and 5 seconds that I've recorded, which is the shortest video I have recorded. Usually my videos are like 30 minutes long, and I had to cut it down to like 10 to 20 minute video, but this video is gonna be pretty short, and I'm sorry. Hopefully you guys will come back and listen to more of my spooky stories that I will be uploading this month of October. Just saw something that was weird. Okay, maybe I should go. Oh, it was my reflection. Okay. Scared by my own reflection. I am going to put all of my social media handles on the screen. Check those out. Cool. That's it. Thanks for watching. I'm hopefully going to put out a lot more content this month because it's one of my favorite months to celebrate besides my birthday and Christmas. Hopefully you guys will get a lot of content. I'm almost at 1,000 subscribers, so I don't know, if you have clout, give me it please, because I kind of need it. I need to buy a new camera so I'm not recording on this old ass computer of mine. This is it's not, I didn't buy it. A friend of mine found it in a car he was cleaning for his shop. I got paint all over it. My painting podcast, my next one, it will explain why this is completely covered in paint. You also see the horrible quality that it has, so that's why I'm not using it right now. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and please subscribe, and please share these videos. Cool. Happy spooky season.